Hey everyone, it's Julie from cookedbyjulie.com. Today we'll be making a very quick and easy instant pot beef stew recipe in collaboration with Dame Drops Entertainment. So let's hurry and get started. So the first thing I'd like to mention is that you don't need an instant pot to make this. You can make this recipe using a regular pot on your stove top, so no worries. I like to season the beef generously with kosher salt and pepper. Salt and pepper is perfect and the only seasoning I'll be using, so it doesn't compete with the other ingredients I'll be using. However, if you want to season it differently, go and check out my Cuban beef stew recipe to get an idea. Okay, so kosher salt, black pepper on both sides. You then want to coat the beef with some all-purpose flour. Make sure to shake off any excess flour, and I like to massage the flour onto the beef. The beef should feel nice and soft. And then we are going to sear the beef on both sides for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. I pressed the saute function on my Instant Pot and added some vegetable oil. And the flour is going to help give the beef a very nice crust. Don't forget to get the complete recipe along with written instructions in more detail. Go on over to my website, cookedbyjulie.com. Make sure you leave enough room between the pieces of meat so the beef doesn't steam. You want to preferably work in batches here. And I would just like to say that this Instant Pot was hands down the best investment I made in 2017. Wish I were Bitcoin instead, but nonetheless a great investment. You can make so many different recipes. You can even make cheesecake in this Instant Pot, although I don't have the courage to do that yet. So once you sear the beef on both sides, you want to remove it from the pot, add more oil if you need to, and then throw in the onions and garlic. I used shallots and garlic. I sauteed them for about 30 seconds. I use a lot of fresh garlic in this recipe. I'm warning you right now. In total, I used 10 cloves of garlic. I minced 5 garlic cloves very finely, and then the other 5 I just threw them in whole. I then added some tomato paste and a very generous amount of red crushed pepper. If you like things on the spicier side, you definitely want to add about a half tablespoon of red crushed pepper, and it is going to give it such a good kick, especially combined with all that fresh garlic and salt. Heaven. So I may get a lot of slack for this, but it is what it is. I am no longer a red wine drinker. I switched over to white wine a couple of years ago because, you know, red wine stains your teeth, yada yada. So I didn't have red wine on hand. I used white wine. If you have red wine on hand, use that, of course, but I guarantee you that it will be fantastic even with the white wine. Deglaze the pot, let the wine reduce by half, and of course the wine is completely optional. You can omit it completely. Go ahead and place the beef back into the pot along with all of the other ingredients, which include the carrots, potatoes, fresh rosemary, the whole cloves of garlic. You can even throw some mushrooms in here and some chicken stock. Do not add the green peas yet. We will add those later on. Otherwise, they will get very mushy. Give everything a good stir. Season generously with salt and pepper. Close the lid. Press the meat stew function. This will cook for 35 minutes. And in 35 minutes, you will have the most garlicky, delicious beef stew ever. The potatoes and carrots will be fork tender and soft, but certainly not mushy. Do keep in mind that this is being pressure cooked. So if you cook it in a regular pot on the stovetop, give it about an hour and a half. After you release the steam and open the lid, you want to thicken the stew. All I did was combine some water and cornstarch, added it to the stew. I pressed the saute function and let it cook uncovered for an additional 15 minutes or until it's nice and thick. Once it started thickening, I added the fresh green peas, and that was basically it. You can prepare this in the morning and have it ready for when you come home from work. It's such an easy dinner. I also garnished this with parsley. That is optional, of course. Make sure to remove the rosemary sprigs. You don't need those anymore. You can serve this with mashed potatoes, rice, bread. Bread is delicious with this. The meat was falling apart and you basically cooked this in less than an hour. Super convenient. Definitely give it a try. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching.